What's up, folks? I'm just doing a little bit of reading here about something called high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup. What is that, you ask? Well, let's find out. High fructose corn syrup, also known as HFCS, is a sweetener made from cornstarch. Is in the production of conventional corn syrup. The starch is broken down into glucose by enzymes. To make HFCS, or high fructose corn syrup, the corn syrup is further processed by glucose isomerase to convert some of its glucose into fructose. This was discovered by, first utilized by the Clinton Corn Processing Company back in 1970, or in the 70s, and together with the Japanese Agency of Industrial Science and Technology. Wow. As a sweetener, HFCS is often compared to granulated sugar, but manufacturing advantages of HFCS over sugar include that it's easier to handle and much more cost effective. So it's more cost effective, folks. Sounds like a good thing, right? HFCS 42 and HFCS 55 refer to 42 and 55% fructose composition, respectively. The rest being glucose and water. HFCS 42 is mainly used for processed foods and breakfast cereals, whereas HFCS 55 is mostly common found in soft drinks. Soft drinks. Yikes. So why is this a problem? So this is a problem is because they're putting modified sugar in all our food. And modified anything doesn't sound good, right? Especially if you're consuming it. Then I found this online. 5 reasons why high fructose corn syrup will kill you. What? It'll kill you? That's crazy. So reason number 1. Sugar in any form can cause obesity, disease when consumed in pharmacological doses. Pharmacological doses means like you're getting it lots more than normal. So cane sugar and high fructose corn syrup are both indeed harmful when consumed in pharmacological doses of 140 pounds per person per year. What? When 20 ounces of HFC sweetened soda, sports drink, or tea has 17 teaspoons of sugar, the average teenager consumes 2 drinks a day. That's amazing. We are conducting a largely uncontrolled experiment on the human population. The problem is our hunter-gatherer ancestors consumed the equivalent of 20 teaspoons per year. Teaspoons. 20 of these per year. This little thing. 20 per year. And apparently we're consuming on average 140 pounds of sugar. What? Per year. That's a huge increase, people. Huge. It's crazy. HFCS and cane sugar are not biochemically, it's another big word, identical or processed the same way by the body. So high fructose corn syrup is an industrial food product and far from natural or naturally occurring substance. It is extracted from corn stalks through a process so secret that Archdaniels, Midland, and Cargill would not allow an investigative journalist, Michael Pollan, to observe it for his book, The Omnivore's Dilemma. So it's under lock and key, folks. The sugar is extracted through a chemical enzyme process, resulting in chemically and biologically novel compound called HFCS. Tongue twister. Some basic biochemistry will help you understand this. Let's learn. Regular cane sugar, sucrose, is made of 2 sugar molecules bound tightly together. So they're bound together, 2 sugar molecules, 2. Glucose and fructose in equal amounts. The enzyme in your digestive tract must break down the sucrose into glucose and fructose, which are then absorbed into the body. HFCS also consists of glucose and fructose, but not in the 50-50 ratio. It's in the 55-45 fructose to glucose in an unbound form. Fructose is much sweeter than glucose, and HFCS is cheaper than sugar because of the government farm bill corn subsidies. Government. Good job, government. Products with HFCS are sweeter and cheaper than products made with cane sugar. This allowed for the average soda size to balloon from an 8-ounce drink was it 8-ounce drinks you see, to a 20-ounce drink being the norm, with little cost to manufacturers. So manufacturers are saving a lot of money on us, right? Now back to biochemistry. Since there is no chemical bond between them, no digestion is required, so they are more rapidly absorbed into your bloodstream. Fructose goes right to the liver and triggers here's a big word, guys, ready for this, lipogenesis, the production of fats like triglycerides and cholesterol. This is why it is a major cause of liver damage in this country and causes a condition called fatty liver disease, which affects 70 million people. The rapidly absorbed glucose triggers big spikes in insulin. Insulin is our body's major fat storing hormone. It causes the body to store all that excess sugar into fat, right? Both of these features of HFC lead to incredible metabolic disturbances that drive increase in appetite, weight gain, diabetes, heart disease, cancer, dementia, you name it. The list goes on. And here's the other thing. There's a study done by a group at the Children's Hospital, Oakland Research Institute, and they found that free fructose from HFCS requires more energy to be absorbed by the gut and soaks up 2 phosphorus molecules from ATP. That's our energy source in our cells. This thing called ATP is what our cells use as energy. This depletes the energy fuel source, or ATP, in our gut required to maintain the integrity of our intestinal lining. The little tight junctions that cement each intestinal cell together, preventing food and bacteria from leaking across the intestinal membrane and triggering an immune reaction and body-wide inflammation. So that's what they're talking about when they're talking about leaky gut. I don't know if you've seen those videos and those new health concerns about leaky gut syndrome. Looks like HFCS is, or at least too much fructose is causing it. High doses of free fructose, there you go, have been proven to literally punch holes in the intestinal lining, allowing the nasty byproducts and toxins that are in our digestive tract to leak out and cause a body-wide inflammation. It causes lots of problems, folks. Here's number 3. HFCS contains contaminants including mercury that are not regulated or measured by the FDA. So they're not measured. They're leaking out metals into our food, and it's not measured by the FDA. But the FDA says it's okay. Independent medical and nutrition experts do not support the use of HFCS in our diet, despite the assertion of the corn industry. Well, of course, the corn industry is going to say it's okay. They're the ones making all the money. They don't care. They're going to pay for anybody to say whatever they have to say to keep doing what they're doing to make money, right? I mean, why would you even listen to them? You can go on websites like www.cornsugar.com or sweetsurprise.com that bolster their position against the corn sugar or sugar from high fructose corn syrup being good for you, right? So, it's weird. And last but not least, HFCS is also a marker of poor quality nutrient-poor, disease-creating industrial food products or food-like substances. So usually wherever you see HFCS, it's in something that's not necessarily good for you or has lots of other ingredients that are weird and don't have any minerals and vitamins, and we really shouldn't be eating them. So here's the issues, the real 2 issues. So we are consuming too much sugar and too much high fructose corn syrup. This has never been experienced in human history in the past, 20, 30 years. We're consuming on average 140 pounds per year versus the 20 teaspoons that I showed you earlier per year that we're consuming on average about 10,000 years ago as we progress as humans. So this is why you're seeing all these new diseases and issues, and then they're having to come out with certain drugs, all this crap to help combat that when we're poisoning ourselves. So we're listening to the wrong people for advice. That's what it boils down to. You can say moderation, right? Moderation. So sugar and high fructose corn syrup in moderation is okay, right? But the problem is, how do you moderate something? They put in everything. You go into your cupboard, go into your kitchen, you find stuff like cranberry juice. This is from cocktail, right? And you're like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be good for you, right? Let's see here. filtered water, cranberry juice from Condre, high fructose corn syrup. There it is, high fructose corn syrup. Why? It's in cereal, folks. Why did they put it in my cereal? Want some peanut butter and jelly? Third ingredient on here, high fructose corn syrup. I don't know if you can see that. Boom. It's like, come on, guys. Ketchup. People love ketchup. Tomato concentrate, high fructose corn syrup. Bam. What am I supposed to do? I'm not going to throw this one. It's going to blow up. Of course, syrup, right? Maple syrup, original syrup. They don't even say maple syrup anymore because it's not maple. It's corn syrup. This whole thing is corn syrup. Want some tacos and taco sauce? Oh, wait. You can't get tacos with taco sauce without high fructose corn syrup, folks. Want some ribs? The first ingredient on this honey barbecue sauce is right there, folks. High fructose corn syrup. Really? High fructose corn syrup, my chocolate syrup. There it is. Now, first ingredient. Let's see here. This is chocolate, right? Chocolate flavored syrup. Chocolate flavored syrup. It's even no chocolate. It's flavored. We got high fructose corn syrup, water, corn syrup, sugar, whey, and then some cocoa, which is that chocolate flavoring. So here's the problem. How do you moderate something when it's in everything? So I challenge you. Go into your cabinets and your fridge and see how many things that you guys can find with high fructose corn syrup. I've even found ranch dressing with high fructose corn syrup in it. Why would they put fructose corn syrup in my ranch dressing? So it's just crazy, folks. So I know they came out with artificial sweeteners, which don't even get me started. That's another video. Or artificial sweeteners to prevent us from all the sugar increase is just a whole nother situation. So just as bad for you. So once again, thanks for watching. Please keep watching. Please subscribe and like. Thanks.